Democratic side, we have this about Hillary Clinton. She's back campaigning in Iowa today. Financial disclosure forms released late Friday showed she and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, earned more than $30 million since last January of last year, with more than $25 million coming from speaking fees. This, as the former Secretary of State is being criticized for only taking 9 questions since the day she announced her candidacy. President Obama's former top strategist, David Axelrod, had this to say.
I think she has to get out there, she has to answer questions, and she has to do it routinely so it's not a major news event when she takes a few questions from the news media.
It makes the press conferencing relevant.
She has to do it quickly, and she has to start getting into the rhythm of a campaign where she's out there, she's answering questions, she's making speeches, and she's not, you know, it would be a terrible mistake to not do that.
So, Lauren,
has anyone noticed that the Obama people, the guys who know how to win a presidential campaign on the Democratic side, have not found at one stage of Hillary Clinton controversy, not at one point have they said, oh, she's doing exactly the right thing. I mean, and these are the best strategists we know. I mean, you know, Gibbs, Axelrod. They've never once said, yeah, what she's doing this year is exactly right.
Well, she doesn't have to get out there, and she just doesn't have to.
Oh, she does.
But it doesn't.
She just doesn't know it.
Well, I think some of the strategists might believe, if you talk to them, that you can wait and really kind of till when the campaign is really getting serious and heating up, she can make a big grand entrance. But I think that they're banking on the fact that these questions will go away.
I don't know. It's like watching an armored car drive through Iowa. It doesn't feel like a real campaign. It doesn't. Yeah. And she can do that. She can afford to do it for a while, I think. She's extremely popular in her party. You know, her name ID is through the roof, right? There are certain, you know, questions that aren't really a concern for her. But it doesn't feel like an organic campaign, despite the dog and pony shows and the Q&A sessions with voters that they picked beforehand.
Well, don't you think that it would be of tremendous benefit for her
to get roughed up and scuffed up and get out there?
To actually spend some time.
Well, I actually have never strategized a successful presidential campaign, but I'm not going to let that stop me. No, I think the problem is, I understand why when the Clinton team looks at the polls, they say, hey, you know what we should do today? Nothing. I get that. The problem is she's a target every day, and I don't know that they've figured out how to deal with that. She's a target from Republican candidates, and then she's also a target as a result of this unfolding story about the whole Clinton Foundation money world. And so there's a lot of articles coming up that essentially they either have decided we don't have to respond to because that's kind of baked into the polling numbers already. And so I'm not sure. I think they have a tough set of choices about how to handle all this.
All right, let's get to one other headline before we